November 21st of last year was the day that I decided I would no longer take infusions. And the video will be right there. It'll be somewhere. So you can click on that or click it in the link, and you can see what I went through on the final day of taking infusions that made me decide not to ever take another infusion again as long as I live. And I will not. And I still say that to this day. Now, something else I've been doing lately, no, not lately, since actually I got cancer, excuse me, is I've been watching some videos like other people with cancer on YouTube. And it's heartbreaking because, you know, you'll be following these stories along and you don't want to look at the video page because a lot of times it'll be 15, 20 videos and you know that last one, it's a still picture with so-and-so's now at home or so-and-so is, you know, no longer suffering. And you're watching these videos and these people are as healthy, not as healthy, that's, you know what I'm saying, as healthy as I am to a point, and others are obviously not. What I've also noticed is a lot of the folks who passed away in the last year who are going through the same stuff, almost on the same timeline with me as I was going through, because as I say, I was watching. I noticed that they would have a bad reaction to the chemo or the meds. They would have some kind of weird thing happen that wasn't really in relation to the cancer would happen. Excuse me, would happen to them. Damn, see, the lung cancer would make me cough way too much. But they would have something that would happen in relation to the chemo or to the meds, and they would go back to the doctor. And something weird would happen, and they would have a really bad week. And then they would go back to the doctor. And then every time, and I'm not going to say which videos. I mean, there were some great ones out there. Actually, there was one I think I will include one because it was like watching her story it was heartbreaking, man, because you could tell she was such a good human being, you know, and it's like, Jesus Christ, what are they doing? You know, what are the doctors doing? What are the doctors doing? Anyway, so, like I said, I'm watching this happen. I'm watching all these people going through this and then dying, you know, going like this, doing good, recovering, because it starts at the worst. First video is like, oh my God, I got cancer, this is horrible, I got to get chemo, I got to do this. Then you have a couple of videos where they're, okay, this is not so bad. Then it's just, shit starts going bad. And then they start having reactions physically to the meds or secondary cancers that are coming up, which can be caused by chemotherapy. Chemotherapy can cause secondary cancer. Or they get mad inflammation or something weird that the doctors don't even know what's going on. That happened with me. You watch the video that I posted or the link to, same thing. No one to this day has told me why I almost died. No one. And I knew, like I said, my white blood counts were low. I, as a layman, could see that. Hey, I was like, and I told him in the video, I was like, maybe we should skip the chemo. But they did it anyway, and it almost killed me. So, anyway, so that's why I quit. And again, I see these videos, and it breaks my heart. The medications, in some situations, are hurting people. Now, yes, of course, it helps. It helps. There are studies out there. I mean, like, go check out the Mouse report. There's a couple other, you know, like medical reports. They know the dangers of chemo. They know the long-term dangers of chemo. Sometimes it's just something to help you not suffer. I've chosen not to take pain meds from day one. From day one. Even with surgery, when they put the port in, with my liver biopsy, with all these other, they doped me up on the liver biopsy. So that wasn't my choice. I had no choice on that one. But I've taken no pain meds at all. None. Zero. And that was a choice. I've taken no nausea meds. That was a choice. The only meds I took because I was forced into it, well, not forced into it, was like die or not, it was the Zolota, which I also cut out. You know, like I said, I started breaking that up because I was sick of throwing up every freaking day, just nonstop. Again, go back a year ago, watch those videos. They're not pretty, you know, and that I'm still here and doing this good now is a testament to something. Don't know what. THC, DVDs. Hard-headedness, that's what it is. But again, I could be dead in 3 months, and it sucks, but it's true. Let me live to January 20th. I mean, it's already okay, but let me live to that day. Now, what I'm going to discuss now is something, if you don't want to hear me complain, just say, this is good. Like, subscribe, share, and then, you know, because what I'm going to talk about now is some things that come up in the comments section. And I know it's the internet. And I know there are some vile, horrible Monties out there. And there are some horrible pilgrims out there. And these people have no soul. A couple of people I've watched who died of cancer couldn't afford their meds. They couldn't afford some of the treatments they needed. They did GoFundMes, you know. A couple of them got some help, some didn't. My friend Sue, who's doing a fundraiser for me, she posted something 3.5, 4 weeks ago and about the cancer being terminal and that I couldn't afford my meds and all this. It's raised $450. And a couple of those people are people who are always there for me, who have always helped. And I know there are people, like when I first got my diagnosis, my nephew did a fundraiser. I haven't done a single fundraiser for this cancer, not one. I needed help, but I haven't done one. And the reason I haven't done one is because people who send emails or people who post in comments, oh, you're e-begging, when is this idiot going to die? That kind of stuff. And I know who a couple of these people are. And there's a couple of people in Portland. Some people know who one of them is. And all these people are cowards. They're fucking cowards. They don't use their real name. They don't show their photo. Hey, if you want to say something horrible and nasty about my cancer or how I need help and that I am asking for help. My friend's doing it for me. Again, my nephew did one when this first happened, and a lot of people helped, and I'm so glad they did because that it was almost 10 grand that we raised in about a month. That helped cover a motel that I had to stay in for a month. That helped cover my Ubers back and forth to the hospital. That helped cover my almost daily going to a hospital for a full month in Bend. Every 2 or 3 days I was back and forth getting blood work, getting scans and x-rays and more blood work and interviews and trying to get, anyway. Yeah, I'm talking a long time. But anyway, I'm just trying to get to the point of saying you don't have to be nasty. If you think me or anyone doing a fundraiser to help someone who has terminal cancer cover their meds when I am 100% fully insured, everything I have is gone. I've worked for 2 years and not been paid. So it's not that I haven't worked. It's not that I haven't and am still working. It's not that I don't have insurance. It's that the American Medical Association and the insurance and all this is so fucked that a normal person who's been a pretty decent human being their whole life has to fight and grab and struggle just to get what they need to survive. The meds that help are illegal federally. Even though, look at me, no pharmaceuticals for so long. Anyway, I'm not asking anyone to donate. I'm just so fed up with people posting that kind. Don't just go away. You don't have to come here. No one has to donate. No one has to give a shit. No one has to care. No one has to help me cover my meds. No one has to do anything. What you do is, if you see a GoFundMe link that my friend Sue, or if I decide to do one, if things get really horrible, what you do is you block me. Or you go away. Or you just ignore my existence and go to your little rock in your yard, climb back under it, and just hate yourself. Hate yourself for something different. Because that's what this is. It makes me hurt. It makes me hurt inside for people because, we're supposed to be people that care about each other. And now we're all taught to hate or push away people who need assistance. And it's prevalent. It's prevalent in today's society. There is a better day coming. So all you got to do is don't be that guy. Don't be that girl.